Hello clarinets and welcome to lesson 11. Today we will revise how we assemble our clarinets, our embouchures and our tonguing techniques. We will go over our notes G, E, D and C and top dog, and we will learn our assessment piece, which is going to be Blue Blazes. But before we do any of that, let's get our bodies ready for making music. Let's just make sure that our bodies are ready to make music. So first things first, let's start from the head up. So can you please tilt your head to one side and then the other side and the other side and the other side. Great. Next thing, can you bring your shoulders up to your ears, up and down, and let's roll them forward 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Very, very good. Okay, next up, let's get our arms ready. So can we please bring our arm in front and bring it across your body? And now bring it back behind your head. And if you can, try and reach your hand round to the back like that. Great, hands back down. And let's do the other side, so hand out in front and across. And behind you. And if you can, try and reach round and bind the hands together. Great. Next thing, let's shrug our shoulders up again. Up and drop and up and drop. Excellent. Next thing, I want you to bring your hand out in front of you like you're saying stop, and you're going to bring your other hand in front and you're going to gently pull the top fingers back. If it's hurting, you're doing it too hard, so just relax a little bit if it's aching. And then flop it down and pull it back the other way. And the other hand, stop. Bring your hands back. And the other way. Okay, let's try rotating wrists. And in the other way. And a good shake. Great. And then we should just have zombie arms like this. And shake. And then zombie arms. You should be able to feel all the blood tingling to the tips of your fingers. That means your fingers are going to be ready to start playing really, really fast notes when we play our clarinets like this. Okay, really good. Right, let's just do some fists and stars and jazz hands. And fists, stars, really stretch them out. Jazz hands and fists. Excellent. Right, now bring them together in a prayer and push down the fleshy palm bit here. Try and push it down. And then the other way. Give them a good old shake again. Excellent. Now roll your shoulders back 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And the last time we're going to raise our shoulders up to our ears. We're going to take in a deep breath when we bring our shoulders up. And then we're going to breathe out through our mouths and we're going to shoot our shoulders back and down. Okay, so here we go. Deep breath in. Shoulders back and drop. And one more time. One last time. We're going to try and completely empty out our lungs of any air when we do our deep breath out. Here we go. In. Excellent. Now when we play, we want to try and keep our shoulders nice and open like this and our backs nice and straight like this. Very well done. Let's put our clarinets together. So first things first, take your reed case and take your reed out of your reed case. Put your reed into your mouth. I'm not going to keep my reed in my mouth while we do this, just so I can tell you how we assemble our clarinets. So first off, let's start off with our bell. So can you take your bell, and can you please put the bell onto the bottom joint? Once you've done that, please can you take your top joint and press down on the button. That will make this bottom rod move, and we need to make sure that it is open rather than closed. If it is closed when we put the clarinet together, this is going to bend. If it is open, it's going to be absolutely fine. So now let's do a quarter twist to put these two bits together. And you can see all of the holes are facing the front, and the really delicate rod is together there. Now I'm going to put my clarinet to one side, and I'm going to assemble my mouthpiece, my reed, and my barrel. So first off, please can you take your mouthpiece, take your ligature off, so your cap off, and your ligature off, and then please can you put your mouthpiece onto your barrel. Now we're going to get the flat piece of our mouthpiece to line up with the flat piece of our reed. So I put the two together, I align it perfectly, take my ligature and bring the ligature down. Just remember, it needs to be perfectly aligned and in exactly the right place. This is too low, it won't make a sound. This is too high. Can you see it's poking up over the top? It won't make a sound. And this one is not straight, it won't make a sound. The only way it will make a sound is if the reed is perfectly in alignment and it's held together. It will now make a sound. So then once you've done that, please can you put your cap onto the mouthpiece and put the mouthpiece to one side. Let's make sure that our embouchure is ready to play. So let's get our fingers and put our fingers between our teeth. Excellent, both lips over both sets of teeth. Very good. Next thing, just your bottom lip over your bottom teeth, top teeth come down onto the top of your finger. Very good. Next step, we need to seal it, because if we play like this, it's not going to make any sound on our clarinet. So finger in, bottom lip, finger, teeth, seal. Now let me demonstrate that on my clarinet. Bottom lip, reed, teeth, seal. It still doesn't make a sound because now I need to smile and flatten my chin. So bottom lip, finger, teeth, seal, smile and chin. Now let's see if we can do that with our clarinet. So bottom lip, reed on the bottom lip, top teeth down, seal, smile and chin. Repeat that after me. Me. Very good. Let's just make sure that our tongues are warmed up now. So can you put your mouthpiece into your mouth? And you're just going to warm up, making sure that your tongue is tapping the top of your reed like this. Great. Next thing, we're just going to produce a little bit of air down the mouthpiece and introduce the tongue. And you should be able to hear a sound that sounds a little bit like a choo-choo train. Once you can do that, let's try making these sounds again, making sure that we start off with a really aggressive tongue to begin with. Me. Great. As we get more advanced on our clarinets, we can start to make our tongue a little bit less aggressive. But to begin with, I would like more aggressive tongue than weak tongues like this. Okay, so really, really go for your tongues. Very, very well done. Let's assemble our clarinet. So please take your mouthpiece and barrel, take the cap off, get your clarinets. Make sure that the reed lines up with the exclamation key at the back. Bell onto my knee, press down with the barrel. Okay, we're going to have a go at playing Top Dog. We're just going to revise the first line and we're just going to warm up our tongues doing it. So I'm not worried about the notes. We're just going to play the whole of the Kadai sounds of the first line on the note G. So that means no fingers. Before we do, let's just say the Kadai sounds once. 1, 2, Kadai, go. 2, 2, ta, 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 ti, ti. Very good. We're going to play it on a G and we're going to really exaggerate our tongues. So tongue tapping the top of the reed, making sure that we're starting each note with a really, really confident ta sound. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Let's look at this third line now because that's the only line that is different. And we're going to practice this on the note C. So let's say the Kadai sounds once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ta. One more time because I said ta, then I should have said ti. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ti. Excellent. Can we play that on our C? So remember we have our thumb at the back. First finger down for an E, turn it into a D, then turn it into a C. Really strong tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, well done guys. Now I know that you can play this because we've been working on this for about 2 weeks. So we're going to go straight into playing it with the backing track and we're going to do it once with me and then once with the backing track without me. Okay, so the first time I will mime and I will laser and then we're going to change the backing tracks and I'm only going to laser. Here we go. Big breath, 3, 4. Big breath. Big breath, ma, ma. Big breath, ma, ma. Very good everyone, well done. Now you're going to play it with the backing track without me. I'm not going to mime, but I will move the laser to keep you in time. Ready? Okay, well done everybody, fantastic. If you need to pause the video to practice any of that, then please do. If you feel really, really confidently about this piece, then I'd recommend that you play this in your assessment. But I'm going to teach you another piece today. It's using exactly the same notes. It's called Blue Blazes, and this is what I'd like us to work on for our assessment. It's slightly more challenging, but if you feel more confident doing that one than this one, then you can, okay? So let's have a look at the first line. And if we compare it with the second line, again, they are exactly the same. So we're just going to practice line 1. We don't need to worry about practicing line 2. First thing, we're going to figure out all of the kadai sounds. Our first kadai sound is a ta, and I know that because it's down here. Then it changes to a mi here. Then I have a ti, and then I go back to a ta. And then the rhythm in this bar and this bar are identical. And then this last note here, I do my long ta. So let's now say the kadai sounds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, mi, ti, ta, 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 mi, ti, ta, 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 mi, ti, ti, ta. I think I should have said ta there. Right, can we try playing that just on a G? Make sure that our tongues are really, really still working. Here we go, just on a G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, here we go. Excellent, so we've just played the rhythm of line 1 and line 2 perfectly. The next thing is we just need to figure out the notes, and easy peasy, there are 2 notes. It is either going to be an E or a D, and remember this is how we play an E and this is how we play a D. So can we get, let's just say the notes actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, D, D. E, E, D, D. E, 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 D. Great, this time we're going to say and mime it. So thumb on the back, first finger down for our E's. 1, 2, say and mime. E, E, D, D. E, E, D, D. E, 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 D. Can we try playing it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Without me after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very good, guys. Well done. Okay, can we try that playing it with the backing track? So we're going to do lines 1 and 2 with the backing track. It'll be a little bit faster, and I will point and mime. Big breath, 3, 4. Very good, guys. So did you notice that it was actually exactly the same? Lines 1 and 2 are completely identical. Now let's have a look at lines 3 and 4. And we've got some little dots under our notes. Now, the words in italics underneath is called staccato. Repeat back how I say it. Staccato. Great. Now, staccato means play short notes. So we say it in a super spiky and short way. The way I like to think about it is it's like imagine getting a jacket potato out of the oven and it's super hot and it's like, ow, 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 hot, 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 hot. So you don't want to touch the notes because they're all really, really hot and they're really spiky, okay? So I want us to now play our shortest possible note on our notes G. We're going to do 4 of them. It'll sound like this. I reckon I can play it shorter, me than you. Think maybe even shorter. Imagine that it's the spikiest, hottest note ever and you don't want to touch it. Very good, let's try it on an E. On a D. On a C. Very, very good. So we need to make sure that they are the shortest possible notes. Next thing, can we please say the Kadai signs of line 3? And we don't really need to bother saying the Kadai sign of line 4, because have a look at the first 2 lines of line 3 and line 4. They're identical, and then all we do in the last 2 bars is we rest. And I'll tell you what we do after it in a minute. So here we go. Kadai. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ta. 2, ta, 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 ta. Very good. Can we say it like I just did there, where I really, really exaggerated my staccato notes by saying them as short as I possibly can, and then the notes that don't have the staccato underneath, you make them really, really, really long. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ta. 2, ta, 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 2. Whoops, I said it wrong. Can we do it one more time? Let's just do from bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ta. Can we please try that on a G? Here we go. Instruments up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And don't worry too much if your staccato notes are not as nice as your non-staccato notes. This is my staccato note. Can you hear it doesn't sound as nice as it normally does? It's fine. That's the technique that we're working on at the moment. Okay, next thing, let's figure out the notes. So our first note is the lowest note we've ever played so far, which is a C. Then in the third note, we move to a D, then we go to an E, and then look, bar 3 and bar 1 are the same. And then the last bar, we just hold it on for a 4-beat E. Here we go, say the notes. And make sure that you're still saying them staccato. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 D, E, 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 C, 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 D, E. Great, let's say a mime. So fingers on a C. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 D, E, 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 C, 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 D, E. Let's try playing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Then have a look here. First and second line, identical. And then we've got 2 bars to have a rest. Okay, so let's go all the way from line 3 to line 4 with the backing track. And I'll give us a bit of a count-in. 1, 3, 4. Look what happens. Can you see this symbol here? We've not really come across this before. This is the music symbol for a repeat. You might have come across it in your theory lessons, but we've not spoken about it today. So musicians have got loads and loads and loads of things to worry about and lots of information that we don't have time to have too many long words. It's the same reason why we've got a dot to show us that it's staccato rather than always having staccato written out. And instead of saying repeat, usually we just have this repeat symbol here. So that means that you go back to the beginning and you repeat it. And can you see that it says repeat twice? So the first time I go all the way along here, and then here for the second time. Then I go back to repeat again until it says end here the last time. So this is going to be our longest piece that we have ever played. So we might get a little bit tired. I want you to try and make sure that you only breathe at the end of the line. Okay, if you need to breathe at the end of the second bar, that's fine, but try not to breathe in these quaver rests because you might get a little bit dizzy. And what we also need to do in this bar here, in these 2 bars here, is we need to get ready for the next time that we play. So in this bar, you should be breathing out, and this bar, you should be breathing in. Okay, so let's try putting all of this together. I'm going to play with the backing track, and I will say and mime the notes and move the laser. Here we go. If you need to freeze the video to practice it without the backing track, then please do. Actually, let's play it all together nice and slowly once. So instruments up, Fingers on an E from the beginning, nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on and so on. So can you see that I breathed out in this bar and I breathed in this bar? My staccatoes were super short and I tried as much as possible to only breathe at the end of the bar. Okay, right, let's try this. I will mime and say and point. Good luck. Big breath, 3, 4. Big breath, 3, 4. Big breath, 3, 4. Very good, everybody, well done. Please freeze the video if you need to practice that again. If you are ready to play it with the backing track and without me playing with you, then let's give that a go. So the first time round, I will mime it, and then the second and a half times, I'm just going to point it with the laser. So let's get our fingers on an E, lips, teeth, seal, chin, and smile. Good luck. Excellent work, everybody, well done. If you are able to play that with the backing track without me, then that is really, really fantastic, and that's a really, really good sign that you are ready for your assessment next week. So I would like you to make sure that you are practicing this piece. Make sure that you're practicing just with the mouthpiece and barrel, just your tongue. Make sure that you're practicing in front of a mirror and that you're holding your cheeks if you think that your cheeks might be puffing out. Your mirror will also help you to remind you to keep your fingers covered on the holes. Practice as much as you can with the backing track, and also try and practice as much as you can with this video to keep your practice nice and focused. You can also practice your tongue without your clarinet, so just like this. Let's now take our clarinets apart. So first things first, take off your reed, put your reed into the reed case and put into your case. Next thing, take off the barrel and mouthpiece, get your cleaning cloth, follow the path of gravity by dropping the weight into the mouthpiece and pulling through. Do it 2 more times. Next, ligature off, take apart the mouthpiece and barrel, ligature back on, and cap back on, and then put this into your case as well, and your barrel into your case. Next thing, bell off, put your bell into the case. Follow the path of gravity, drop the cleaning cloth weight into the top of the top joint and pull it through. And do it 2 more times. Then press onto the nose and do a quarter twist to take your top and bottom joints apart and put them into your case. Let's tidy up our cleaning cloths and put this into your case. Please make sure that you've done up both zips and make sure that your clarinet is stored somewhere very, very safe. So that could be under your bed, on your desk. It needs to be out of reach from any brothers and sisters. It should not be kept by a radiator or by anywhere that's very cold, and it must not get wet. Also, make sure that you keep it somewhere that you're going to remember to do your 4 practice sessions a week. I would strongly recommend at least one of those practice sessions a week is with me in one of our videos. Really, really well done for today, everybody, and I will see you in another clarinet video very, very soon.